Welcome to the 37th episode of the Three Sportsmen Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kurt.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Trey.
And in this week's episode, we are doing 3-minute takeaways for week 16 of the 2020 NFL season. We're going to be talking about some NFL draft, interesting things that could happen in the 2021 NFL draft. And then we're going to end the episode off talking about the beginning of the NBA season. But before we get started, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, listen to other episodes of the podcast, follow us on social media on Twitter,
at podcast T3S,
and on Instagram
at T3S Podcast.
We really appreciate any support. So let's get started. 3-minute takeaways for week 16. Trey, you're going to start. Then it'll be Sam. Then I'll finish it off. You guys ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right, Trey, your time starts now.
All right, so I got to talk about the Bears. I was in full tank mode, but, win 3 in a row, win away from the playoffs. It's the first time since 1965 that we've scored over 30 points in 4 straight games, which is pretty pathetic when you think about it. But, I'll take it. But 3 shout-outs I would like to make is David Montgomery, who's now over 1,000 yards rushing, which is really remarkable when you think about how bad our offensive line's been most of the year. Really underrated running back. Would love to see him with a good offensive line. Also, second would be Roquan Smith, who I think is one of the biggest Pro Bowls. Like, he should have been a Pro Bowler. And he's just had a great year. He had 2 picks today. And then also Cairo Santos now has the franchise record for consecutive kicks, extra points, and field goals. Feels good to finally have a kicker, especially seeing Parkey doink an extra point today. So I'm looking forward to the Packers game. They'll probably get disappointed.
All right, Sam, your time starts now.
We all know what I'm about to talk about. Obviously, Justin Herbert he broke the record earlier today for most touchdown passes as a rookie, past Baker Mayfield. I mean, I really, really think that the Chargers found a franchise quarterback in him. Still kind of crazy that the Dolphins passed up on him. Now there's a ton of stuff going on right now that Chargers fans are just making fun of Dolphins fans because they're like, well, you guys passed on Herbert. You guys passed on Herbert. Stay sleeping. I mean, stay asleep.
How do you feel about the Packers tonight?
Hey, the Dolphins
before the game.
We're probably going to lose.
Go Titans.
By the time this is uploaded, we'll know. All right, then I just want to say the Vikings defense against the New Orleans Saints was absolutely horrible. They allowed 583 total yards. Absolutely absurd. And if they had Eric Kendricks, if they had Anthony Barr, Danielle Hunter, Michael Pierce, would it have been this bad? Probably not. But it is still not a good look for the Minnesota Vikings. Offensively, generally, I like what I'm seeing. I'm a huge Justin Jefferson fan. Dalvin Cook, easily a top 5 running back in the league, and he's definitely not 5. And I think we're past the point of saying that Kirk Cousins is the problem. And then for another team, I just want to say that the Colts, I think they could be a scary team going forward in the playoffs, assuming they make it. Those last few spots are still kind of up in the air. But the Colts, don't sleep on them. All right, so those were our takeaways from Week 16 of the 2020 NFL season. Let us know your takeaways in the comment section below.
That's good.
So I want to bring up some interesting draft scenarios. So a few picks have already been secured. Number 1, I think we all know who that's going to be, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Congrats on Trevor Lawrence.
But Jets just can't win anything.
They win when they don't want to win.
And they can't win not winning.
Exactly. They can't.
When they win, their fans are pissed, and when they lose, their fans are happy at this point.
Yeah. Just like the Jaguars when they were rooting for the Bears, or like when the Jags fans were rooting for
We
the
were
Bears
cheering for
earlier.
the Bears.
I'm sure they were.
But that brings up an interesting question with the Jets. They have number 2 secured. So what do you do with it?
I don't even know. I mean, it's just they need a quarterback. Because I doubt they're gonna bring back Sam Darnold unless they want to.
I mean,
They
Darnold
might
wasn't
want
horrible
to.
today against the Browns.
It's just they're not. It's just Adam Gase is not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to salvage his career. There's no way.
Not Gase.
As
If
an
they bring in
offensive
someone
guru.
else, though.
Maybe.
No, but Gase is an offensive guru.
Yeah. He's done pretty well this year, huh? Yeah.
If they bring in a
2 and
guy like
13.
Brian Dable,
He's
The
2 and
Bills
13 or something like that. Yeah.
if they bring in Brian Dable, the Bills' offensive coordinator, I think you have to make a case for taking the best player available at 2 and trying to save Sam Darnold. At least give it another year.
Could be Sewell.
Maybe.
Like it takes Sewell to help him.
They
actually
could take
have time in the
Sewell.
pocket.
I mean, if you're willing to move him to right tackle, because I wouldn't move Becton. Do you go with Parsons?
Or do you trade back and get more picks?
Parsons
'Cause you
is
have so
that
many
DB
holes.
from Penn State, right?
Parsons is the linebacker from Penn State.
Oh, that's right.
Do
They could trade back for a desperate team.
They could trade
the
back.
Bengals? Because I think the Bengals need Sewell.
They do. What, the Bengals are at 5 right now?
According to
So-
Tankathon, yes.
I mean, is it really worth it at that point, though? You could just take
How-
another like offensive lineman.
Yeah, but there's a pretty big gap between Sewell and some of the other guys. Like Slater, I've heard
Slater,
some
the GOAT.
I've heard some hype about him. Your Northwestern guy, Trey.
Don't
Yes,
sleep on Liam
Some people think he's
Eichenberg
better
either.
than Sewell. Some people
Don't
think he's
sleep
better
on
than Sewell.
Eichenberg.
I've heard that like the whole film doesn't lie thing and how that applied to Becton. People are applying the same stuff to Slater.
He has tape against Chase Young, which it really has helped him
Hey
a lot.
Trey, do you want to know who'll take your boy Joseph?
Well, he's going to be back next year because he's only a freshman.
Well, oh yeah, duh. But in a few years,
He'll go to the
Well,
Bears.
no, the Packers will gladly take him.
No,
love to have him.
We're done with that Northwestern Green Bay tree. I'd rather
I
him
don't
go
know.
to Minnesota than the Packers.
Like
I
a
don't
body.
know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can just stack the Notre Dame core a little bit more on the Vikings.
I mean, I don't know how much longer Rudolph is going to be there. Harrison Smith is still amazing.
They're just goated. They're just goated.
Because you got Mustafa, Alex Bars.
And yeah, I remember them.
Oh, we have Manti Te'o on our practice squad.
That's right,
Oh my God.
Mr. Fake Girlfriend.
That's a name I haven't heard in forever.
He was a Heisman candidate.
Was.
It's funny because Notre Dame, they made so I went to Notre Dame the year, I go like 5 times every year, something crazy like that. I'm there a
Yeah.
lot. And we got a tour around the stadium, like we got to go on the field and stuff like that. They made like out in their concourse, they have like a little like banner section for all their Heisman winners, and they made like a little section for Manti Te'o. But who won that year? Because it was I think it was
Wasn't it
Te'o, Klein.
Alabama?
I think it was Te'o, Klein, and somebody else. It was somebody
Oh,
from
the Heisman.
Alabama.
Manziel.
Yeah, Manziel. That's right, dude. I wanted him to be.
I knew that
wanted
guy
him
was
to be
going to
good.
suck.
I wanted him to be
I knew-
good. At that time, the Browns were a quarterback graveyard.
How many did they go through? Like 20 something since 2000?
It was absurd.
Something
that draft,
absurd.
And
that
coaches,
quarterback
too.
class was not good.
Who was even in that one?
That was what, 2014?
I think so. Or
I
no,
think it was
wasn't
2014. That was
because Manziel stayed 1 year after he won the Heisman.
Yeah, he was in 2014.
Yeah, so it was
He was with Bortles, who went third overall.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Then
he was good in college.
He
Bortles
was.
was good.
Then you had Bridgewater at the end of round 1.
Well,
He's probably the best one.
Probably the best one.
Then Derek
But he
Carr
was a
at the
bust
beginning
with
of
the
round 2.
Vikings. Okay, he was the best one.
It's between Derek Carr and Teddy Bridgewater.
Because Bridgewater was a bust with the Vikings, right, Kurt? For the most part.
I mean, he was okay. I wouldn't say he was like great, but he wasn't bad. If I'm remembering correctly, there was a lot of hype about that the year before he got hurt, or that the year he got hurt was going to be the year that he took the jump. And then the injury happened, and then things fell apart.
Yeah. Well, he's in a good spot now.
I mean, the fact that he's even in the league at this point is absurd.
He's been good, too.
He's been solid, all things considered. Then one more draft scenario that I want to bring up before we move on. Right now, the Dolphins have the number 3 pick via the Houston Texans and the Laramie Tunsil trade.
I still cannot believe that they got a first-round pick for Laramie Tunsil.
They got multiple.
Oh, and a second.
They got multiple firsts.
That's right. Oh, my God.
They don't pick until the 3rd round, the Texans, I don't think.
It just
They don't.
fleeced. Absolute fleecing.
It was Bill O'Brien.
Goat.
So
Just every team should just fleece the Texans now.
they can't now because Bill O'Brien's gone.
He's gone.
Damn.
So if you're the Dolphins and you have the number 3 pick and you're probably going to be a playoff team, what are you doing? What are you improving?
I mean,
I don't even know. They're a good team. They're a good team.
I've heard that they might get Jamar Chase. That's what I've heard.
I would love that.
That would be good. That'd be
That
great.
would be insane. That'd be insane.
I mean, if they want to add either Devontae Smith.
Oh, God. If Devontae Smith is not holding a heavy trophy on January 6th, the system is rigged.
Well, right now I am going to Detroit, which I would not enjoy that.
No, I'm good. No.
Especially if Galladay stays.
No, I don't think Galladay's staying. I think he might leave. He might go to a
Galladay gonna end up on the Jets or something?
Probably. I think
it's either career.
I think it's either gonna be Galladay or Allen Robinson is going to the Jets.
No, Robinson wants to win at this point.
Robinson should go to the Jaguars.
Robinson wants to win. I think Galladay wants to get paid because he's had a whole contract dispute with the Lions.
Yeah, I think Robinson should go back to the Jags.
With Trevor?
Good.
Or
Trevor
that would
Shark?
actually not be a bad offense.
Oh,
and James Robinson.
And Chanel, or however you say that name.
Laviska Shenault.
And Tyler Eifert, Sam, your boy.
I know, my boy.
And
the Dolphins are scary.
Tankathon also has, I think this one's interesting. Tankathon at 23 has the Dolphins getting EDN.
Oh, God. Jesus.
They have him getting ETN, and they have him getting Sowell currently.
Oh, my God.
And they're a playoff team right now.
They could be a running football team.
And
they
don't they have Gaskin, too?
They have Gaskin.
Yes,
they have Ahmed. They have... Who else do they have?
Because I get confused between Gallman and Gaskin.
They used to have Jordan Howard, and then they cut him.
They cut Jordan Howard. I think they still have Matt Breida.
And they have what? Devontae Parker?
Yeah, they have Devontae Parker,
Adam
Preston
Sheen.
Williams.
Speaking of Devontae Parker, Kurt, do you remember that one ranking that we saw at lunch?
Oh, my.
Devontae Parker, best receiver in the NFL.
Wait, it was the best receiver? I thought it was just top 5.
I think it said he was the best.
I remember watching that video with you.
That was hilarious.
I thought they had
Dude,
Michael
we were
Thomas.
dying. We
I
were
thought they had Michael
dying.
Thomas at 1.
Or something like that. It was one of the two.
No, they had Michael. They
Wow.
had Michael Thomas at 1. I'm pretty sure. But I know Devontae Parker was in their top 5, and we were just both like,
D-Hop was
What?
probably not in the ranking, was he?
I don't remember, to be honest. Sam, what is it?
All right, Sam's freaking out.
The Packers tackled Derrick Henry. Oh my God, I didn't think it could be done. I didn't think that we were going to do it.
All right, well, let's see what this play has.
Oh my God. Oh my God, we actually tackled him.
So it's a miracle.
That's actually really sad that you're so happy about that. Also, I missed it. How did the Packers only have 6 points?
Mason Crosby missed the PAT.
NFC North
Yeah,
kicker
extend Cairo.
problems.
Yeah.
It's weird how we don't have it anymore. Like it's like the tides have turned.
We don't have a kicker problem. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Well, Crosby's
like,
pretty good.
He's been
Crosby's
solid.
pretty good.
It's since they narrowed the uprights, like not everybody's gonna miss.
Yeah.
Like not everybody, because there were some kickers that weren't missing. Like, I think that there was one year where Mason Crosby didn't miss a field goal or an extra point.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, Kurt likes Dan Bailey.
Kurt wants yeah, I think it was Dan Bailey actually who missed that who shanked that against the Seahawks.
No, that was Blair Walsh.
Oh, that was Blair Walsh. Never mind.
Dan Bailey
him
missed 4
back.
PATs in a game against the
That was
Buccaneers.
that was almost a year ago. That may have been a year ago. That shank that may have been a year ago.
No, it was like
Or
5
no,
years ago.
5 years ago, something like
Dan
that.
Bailey's been there like a couple of years now.
Dan Bailey's in his
I'm
like
just-
second or third year. I think his third year.
Yeah, Ban Daily. I'm telling you.
You guys should pick up Parkey when he gets cut, when he chokes
There
in
you
the
go.
playoffs.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you want Cody Parkey, Kurt.
Not really.
Imagine if Cody Parkey double doinks again in the playoffs.
He's gonna triple doink this time. If anyone could do it,
Imagine.
it's him.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
on the
If he
Browns,
triple
right?
doinked. If he
I would
triple,
laugh so
Triple
hard.
doink for the Browns, that would be the most painful thing.
I would laugh so hard because everyone laughs at the Bears. It's my turn to laugh.
Let's talk a little bit about the NBA season.
speaking of the NBA trade, did you see Hutchison's dunk?
I did not. Was it nasty?
It was nasty.
Well, that's
right.
one takeaway is the Warriors suck now. They should be unflexed
Warriors-
off of TNT.
Yeah, they need to. The Warriors should be unflexed off of TNT. It's so
Steph
annoying.
Curry. They're not going to unflex Steph Curry because he brings
That's
them
true.
views.
What if he gets
So
hurt?
does Zion. So does Zion Williamson.
It's just the name value of the Golden State Warriors at this point is crazy.
I'm so tired of Zion, LaMelo. I'm so tired of that.
Speaking of that, I just saw LaMelo hit a 3 against the Nets.
Oh my God. He didn't get his first points until his second game. That's sad.
You all start it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and
He-
Patrick
he came
Williams
off the
started
bench,
maybe
right?
like 3 minutes into his first game.
He came off the bench. So
Yeah, because LaMelo's trash.
I don't know if he's trash.
He is trash.
I think it's too early
better
to say
than
he's
Lonzo.
trash.
There's a reason. There's a reason that the Bulls didn't take him.
What is
There's
that?
a reason. Because he sucks.
That the Bulls didn't take him?
Yep.
Well, we
Maybe
didn't
it's
have
because
we
he
didn't
wasn't
have
on the board at the time.
We didn't have
What
the
if he was?
privilege to take
He may
him.
have been. He may have been on the board. He may have
Okay,
been
so
on the
the
board. In our
Hornets
minds,
didn't
he was on the
actually
board.
select him at 3. I got you.
Well, yeah. How do you know How do you know that the Timberwolves actually picked Anthony Edwards?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we
I mean, he's
see
wearing their
Anthony
jersey.
Edwards in a Wolves jersey.
I mean, we don't know if the Warriors selected James Wiseman. Like,
I don't know.
like,
We
I
saw
don't
him on
know.
Christmas. He played pretty well.
he did play pretty
He is
well.
good. Outside
Like-
shot at Rookie of the Year.
Like, how do we know that the Bulls actually took Michael Jordan? Nobody knows. Nobody's ever gonna know.
This is getting weird.
Sam's just backing up.
Also, The Cavaliers.
Suck.
Are they actually
Sucked.
good?
No. On Colin
They're up
Sexton,
They're
Colin
up
Sexton's
14 right
carrying them
now
probably.
against the Sixers at half.
Well, the Sixers are just really bad.
Are they?
I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason that the Bulls might actually be in contention for the 8th seed.
Because the Sixers and Raptors are off to slow starts.
No, it's because the Raptors are going to bounce back. They are.
I have a feeling they're going to bounce back. It's been there's they have
no
a tough schedule
way.
regardless, but
Yeah, the Bulls also have a really tough schedule.
Yeah, look at January.
Hey, maybe Kawhi will take a load management game in January. Maybe we'll
beat us.
No, we're gonna lock up. We're gonna lock off playoff P. We're gonna lock them up, or pandemic P, whatever you want to call them. Those are so funny.
He's good. He's good in the regular season.
He's been okay this year.
But yeah, you guys are sleeping on the Nets. Me and Jack called it.
I'm not sleeping on the Nets anymore. I'm not sleeping on them anymore.
KD's back. I told you all. Sam sleeps on Kyrie.
I don't sleep on Kyrie. He's not better than Dame. He's not better than Dame or Steph. But
I didn't say that.
I just watched.
There are people on Twitter and Instagram right now saying that Kyrie's better than Dame.
Well, yeah, there are a bunch of just diehard Kyrie fans out there.
It's stupid, and it's really, really annoying.
Well, you have that for every player.
It's insane how much disrespect Dame gets. Every year he has multiple games with 50+ points, and then just nobody respects him. And then I can't even speak, but the internet then just goes wild for Kyrie Irving when he drops 23 or 24 and then crosses somebody up.
What are we thinking? Who's Kyrie better than, and who's he worse than?
I mean, I'm taking him over. He's probably top 5. I'd probably say maybe.
Well, let's see. Luka's got to be up there too.
Luka's up there.
Are we considering Luka a point guard?
Oh, yeah, are we considering Luka a point guard? That's the thing.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because what do they usually? Because
he can play 1 through 3.
Yeah.
But recently they've had him at 1.
So, I mean, we could probably consider Luka a point guard. I would probably say Dame.
Well, Dame and Steph for sure.
Oh, yeah, Dame and Steph.
I think Luka's probably 3. I mean,
let's see.
It's between 2 and 3. It's between him and Steph. I think Dame's the best point guard in the league right now.
If we're saying Luka's a point guard, he's obviously top 3.
People would say that's a really big hot take, but I think it's reasonable to say Dame's
I think it is
best.
reasonable. I think Dame is the best receiver in. I'm done. Just kick me off the podcast at this point.
We're not going to kick you off the podcast. Do we just want to
take me off the podcast? Take me off the podcast.
We're not going to take you off the podcast, Sam.
Oh my God. Yeah, Damian Lillard's a receiver now.
Oh, which game are you watching right now?
I'm watching them both.
That might be why.
That's probably why.
All right. So those were our thoughts on Week 16 of the 2020 NFL season. We talked about some potential NFL draft scenarios. Finished off by talking about the NBA season. Remember, if you like this podcast, feel free to subscribe to the channel, check out other episodes. Remember that Three Sportsmen is a weekly podcast, so be sure to tune in next week.
It's a goated podcast.
And remember, trust the podcast.